I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It smells like victory.
Welcome to Price Ball. This is Mike. Take a look at this shirt. We have today Merica Labz Red, White, and Boom Special Edition
Napalm pre-workout.
And it is a thermogenic pre-workout, as you can imagine. So this is a special video because today I'm going to, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really much feel like talking yet, but there's some ingredients here that I think are gonna get me going. We're just gonna review the flavor real quick, and then we're gonna dig through the ingredients. Now this product and this shirt has been sent for free. Merica Labz wasn't gonna send it, and I saw it on their Instagram. No one had any comments. I'm like, dude, this is like the coolest shirt ever. Has anyone seen the movie? Apocalypse Now? Anyway, this is the coolest shirt ever. Like, send that too, please. So it was sent for free, but this video is not sponsored by Merica Labz. We did do a blog post for them, but the video here is sponsored by NNB Nutrition, who is an ingredient supplier that makes the MitoBurn ingredient inside, one of the main thermogenic components inside. So we'll get into that later. Right now, I just want to get right into taking a scoop. I need a little bit of caffeine. I need a little bit of mood enhancement, and that's what one of the advanced form of PEA inside does. So I'm kind of excited about this, but there's no spicy ingredients in here. So in the past, like last year, what is it? It's like February 2nd of 2021. Last year, my favorite pre-workout was Superhuman Burn by Alpha Lion. That has the grains of paradise in it that makes it spicy, and they cover it up pretty well and everything. This product doesn't have any spicy, so this is gonna be a similar product with a couple different twists. And I have the Saigon Sangria flavor here. And yeah, you can actually smell it. There's no pepper up there making you cough or anything. So what we have here is in a 19-gram scoop, we're gonna have, how much caffeine? It was 350 milligrams of caffeine. I might give it a slightly underwhelming scoop here. I like between like 275 to 325 milligrams of caffeine in my pre-workouts right now. So I'm gonna go slightly underwhelming. That's not really. Slightly underwhelming. We will get the effect. Trust me, this is a strong pre-workout. The PEA they have inside, high dosed. So, I was guessing that this would be kind of like a blood orange type flavor system. So that's what we're gonna find out about. Then I'm gonna go and warm up, do some cardio. Maybe I'll pop in between sets and everything. Now, normally in a Merica Labz style video, I'd be showing my piece and firing lasers all over the room. Our social media mastermind, Mr. Ben, of all people, said not to do that. Don't wanna be in Zuckerberg jail or who's the other person? YouTube jail. So just imagine. Anyway, Saigon Sangria. Here we go. Whoa. Strong blood orange flavor up front. Way sweeter on the back end. Now, for those who don't know what sangria is, it is a sweetened wine beverage that has fruit in there, and if you leave the fruit in there long enough, you can eat the fruit and you get the wine effects, the alcohol in there as well. And it doesn't need to be sweetened, but a lot of times it is sweetened, and a lot of times you add I forget what alcohol, I should know, like sherry or something like that. Brandy, I think it's red brandy, it's brandy. And so you get like a sweet flavor, but that fruit, of course, absorbs the alcohol and becomes pretty potent, but it also helps sweeten things up, and you could add sugar to it and everything too. So I was expecting blood orange, I was expecting tart. But on the back end, boom! Pineapple? Yeah, I think that's a pineapple. So it's like blood orange with a sweet pineapple finish. Dang, that's a really good flavor system. And in fact, if they use like calorie burn, which is the grains of paradise extract from NNB Nutrition as well, this would still work. But it's like one of those thermogenic fat burning pre-workout combination supplements, but without the spicy. You could always add grains of paradise, calorie burn capsules if you want to get a little bit extra fat burning effect. But dude, there's enough ingredients here, as we're going to cover, that you have a really cool and unique, high potency, high stimulant, high mood enhancing pre-workout with some extra fat burning effects. So let's chug this a little bit more. I'm going to do some cardio, come back a little bit sweaty, and then we'll go through some of the ingredients. But in general, if you're just like wondering about this flavor, absolutely price quality flavor. This is really good. Dang, Merica Labz. Wow. If you're worried about the pumps, they got that here. It's not a totally pumpy product, but you do have 6 grams of citrulline And there is going to be beta-alanine, so get some of the tingles. But right now we're looking at 350 milligrams of caffeine and 300 milligrams of the advanced form of PEA. I'm thinking I'm going to be flying pretty high after this. Really good flavor though. All right, 10 minutes. Initial impressions, as I expected. Give it 10 minutes, it's it. This isn't like a wait 30-minute kind of pre-workout. The PEA, always been a fast-acting ingredient. Like within 5 minutes. The problem is the PEA also breaks down within 5 minutes unless you use a special form like the one in here. So I knew that was gonna hit fast. Second, MitoBurn. So typically MitoBurn has always made my heart rate increase just a little bit during warm-up and a little bit quicker. And it almost feels like, and I've said this back in my MitoBurn L-BAIBA review when I first started testing this stuff, it's almost like it's a joint loosening supplement too. And so I've only done some cardio and some HIIT, but right off the bat, 10 minutes in, get going. That's it. I felt the tingles pretty quick too. Everything's moving quick and I do have food in my belly, so all is well so far. Initial impressions, taste phenomenal. No aftertaste, no weird burst, no nothing. And then 10 minutes in, the strike starts. Let's see how long it lasts. Then we'll get into some of the pump, endurance, focus ingredients, and of course, MitoBurn and the other fat burning matrix ingredients. All right, so why am I sweating so much? And I'm not even, this is nothing compared to what I'm capable of. So let's see how we turn that up. We're gonna cut right into one of the hearts of this supplement, and that is gamma butyrobutane ethyl ester hydrochloride. Let's just call it GBB. So we did a big video and a blog post about this. So we'll link back to that in our napalm blog post. I think we link back to it as well. And so this is an ingredient. This is only 25 milligrams. You do not need a lot of this stuff, but it's a pro-carnitine. You know, like there's pro drugs out there, you take it and it turns into a drug or whatever. This is a pro-carnitine. You take it and it shifts your carnitine pool into having more carnitine. It kind of tells your body to produce more carnitine. Carnitine is the amino acid we see in a lot of supplements, not in this one. We've seen a lot of supplements to help with fatty acid transport. You're an American Labz customer or a fan, or you're interested in Merica Labz, you should know you gotta eat red meat. There's nothing more human and American than eating red meat. Red meat has tons of carnitine. So if you're eating your steak and eggs, you probably don't need to worry about this as much with carnitine, but those who are carnitine deficient can't move fat as well. So this is a way of helping with that. So anyway, you probably shouldn't need to have more carnitine, but when you take GBB, the crazy thing that happens here is that you start sweating like a whore in church. And that's kind of what's starting to happen to me right here. And it happens to a lot of people, some people to the point of ickiness, and some people don't feel it. I like to sweat, so I'm totally cool with it. And it's a great ingredient to put in a thermogenic blend. However, it's not the main fat burning one, but it's always great to have more carnitine, especially if you're carnitine deficient. It may sound unsafe. We have a big blog post. I'm not gonna recommend this, but one of the studies way back in the day, they gave this stuff to babies and they were fine, but let's not do that. Let's keep this stuff, does not go anywhere. In my house, I got a 3-year-old here. All my stimulant-based supplements are way out of reach, and thankfully I don't have a climber in the house. We'll come back, we'll talk about the MitoBurn, because that is kind of the featured ingredient here. I'm gonna get another set in, and then we'll talk about some of the pump stuff, some of the focus stuff, and then the cocobutyryl. This is a fun supplement. All right, now let's break down some of the good mood stuff here. I've been talking about the PEA, infinithyl dimethylamine citrate, and that is a high dose, 300 milligrams. So we do have a bigger blog post about this. The reason I like it, it's a PEA, which is a dopamine booster. So I don't want y'all getting hooked on this stuff. This isn't probably something you want to take every day, but if you can't tell, I've been taking it for a while, and I'm having myself an awesome time. Basically, I haven't had this much fun since this weekend. I wore that napalm, smell of napalm shirt at 3-year-old's birthday party. None of the dads who are all low energy could do this, but I jumped in that bounce house and I'm beating the crap out of those little kids for messing with my daughter. We had a great time in there. Low energy dads can't do it. High energy dads on the near carnivore diet who got good stuff like this get in that bounce house. They're like, don't hurt yourself in there. I'm like, dude, I'm already hurt. I'm always hurt, so whatever. Anyway, where have I gone now? So yeah, this PEA, oh man, it's been a while. It feels good. It feels real good. Caffeine, obviously, and then L-tyrosine, a little bit extra focus, it's just a gram. And so L-tyrosine is an amino acid that helps your body produce a little bit more of those happy neurotransmitters like dopamine and norepinephrine. Nothing crazy, but it feels good. Now, one thing I keep forgetting to say is Red, White, and Boom is actually Merica Labz' main pre-workout supplement. And over the course of history, they've changed the formula a couple of times, and this is like a special edition. There's also a really crazy A-bomb special edition But in the main one, they have a heavy hitting dose of L-tyrosine. Some people love it. I maxed out at 2 grams of L-tyrosine for myself. I once took 5 grams, and honestly, I felt anxious. And I'm not usually like that kind of anxiety kind of person. Unless I take something that makes me anxious, I like a gram of L-tyrosine. I max out at 2. And so that brings you some of the focus. I'm still like out of breath here. And then the additional focus, you're gonna get 300 milligrams of 50% alpha GPC, which is a highly bioavailable choline source. You're really getting 150 milligrams because they have to mix it with like silica so that it doesn't get goopy and everything. And that's gonna help you produce a little bit more acetylcholine in your brain. And that's like the learning neurotransmitter. And that helps with cognitive function, memory, and you get that mind-muscle connection a little bit. Now, in order to make like strength claims, if you take like 600 milligrams of the straight stuff, you're gonna be able to like get increased leg strength. We don't have that here, just a little bit to give you a little bit more acetylcholine. But like I said earlier, you're at Merica Labs, you should be eating your steak and eggs. Eggs have plenty of choline. So let's not worry about too much alpha GPC or choline or citicholine or choline bicharge or any of that stuff. You should be good to go. Eat your damn steak and eggs. While I'm here, we can talk about some of the pumps. Basically, 2 ingredients here should induce a pump. Actually, that Pro-GBB actually can produce a little bit of nitric oxide too. We talked about that in our blog post, but I don't think we can like really claim that. 6 grams of L-citrulline, that's your pump ingredient. That helps you produce more nitric oxide. The clinical dose is 3 grams. Note that this is L-citrulline, not L-citrulline malate, which would be like half a half blend. This is 6 grams of L-citrulline. The clinical dose is 3 grams. Help you boost more nitric oxide to get that pump. I feel a little bit. It's there's other pump ingredients out there. This is obviously more of a thermogenic pre-workout, so we're not worried crazy about pump, but you could always add, like Merica Labs has a Stars and Pipes stim-free pump pre that you could add into this. There's a zillion other ones. We're not here really for that, but it's good to see this here because it is a strength, endurance, pump booster, all that stuff. Good for the blood pressure, which, well, if you get a little too crazy like I am, maybe we need to have a little bit of this. So then after that, for the pumps and for the water hydration, a little bit of strength boost, 2.5 grams of betaine. Now, note that I went slightly under 2.5 grams because I didn't do a full scoop, but 2.5 grams. There's a couple studies for both men and women showing strength and power increases at 2.5 grams per day. This stuff's found in spinach, so Popeye was right after all, but it's also an osmolyte that helps your body transfer water between cells, and you get that water pump too. So once again, drink enough water. After that, 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. I mentioned I got the tingles before. That's your endurance booster. Beta-alanine helps you produce more carnosine, which helps your muscles flush out the lactic acid and other crap out of them. And you get a little bit more endurance, maybe from like 1 to 4 minute long type exercises, which I've always liked kind of as a swimmer. But that's what gets the tingle effect. If you take a full scoop, 3.2 grams per day is the clinical effect or the clinical dose. Typically that's spread out like across a day in those studies though. So note that they're using it 4 times a day at 800 milligrams. We're just slamming it all at once. And if you're on like a low carb diet or you just haven't taken this for a while and you're not at saturation, you might get that tingle. Some people love it, some people hate it. We've talked about it a zillion times. We don't need to go any further. So we have just a few more ingredients. I need a set. It's been 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, we are still going. I got 2 more ingredients now. These are some of the true fat burning type ingredients. However, there's a little bit less research here. We're gonna talk about one of the least researched ingredients, 100 milligrams of halostacine. And we see this every now and then. This is a beta-2 adrenergic receptor agonist, meaning it is going to help your body kickstart that like fight or flight process and mobilize fatty acids, help you beta oxidize some of those fatty acids, get them in the blood supply so you can use them, hopefully, and not like just sit on your ass and let them reattach to your fat cells, but use them up for energy. And some ingredients, such as halostacine, such as synephrine, which is not in here. Instead, they have halostacine and cocobutyrol do that. And I'm a huge fan of these ingredients. You get that uptick. So we're talking like with the L-tyrosine and the PEA, we're also getting some of this from the halostacine. Less research on this ingredient. However, there is some research, and I don't know about this for sure, but they're saying it's about 19% is effective on the beta-2 agonist adrenergic receptors. 19% of it is as effective as epinephrine. Now, like I said, I don't know about that, but the stuff is interesting, and it's an interesting play that Merica Labz went with this instead of something like synephrine, which is in like a competing product like the Superhuman Burns. So it's a cool, interesting, unique play, and I'm feeling good, so that's cool. And then cocobutyrol, which is from cocoa extract, also does similar things, but as a non-stimulant. And I kind of see cocoa-butyl now. Well, I'm dating myself way back in the day. USP. I'm actually working at USP Labs, sure, one of the OGs, not the new stuff. But the OG USP Labs, they had this supplement called Compound 20, and that's when they first started getting the constituents out of this cocoa. N-coumaroyl dopamine, I believe, and it's really very, very fascinating stuff. But it's called cocoa-butyl because it works kinda like divided by 1,000, kinda like clenbuterol. Same type of mechanism, just like I said, way weaker. But really, it seems like a body recomposition type ingredient, not just straight fat burning, such as some of the other ingredients in here. So a lot of people start to get body recomp effects from the cocoa-butyl, and I think it's an underrated ingredient. Personally, I love these types of things. So big fan of that. And now I think we're mostly done with the feel-good stuff. The last thing we need to finish off with is green coffee bean extract, 500 milligrams. Not the biggest fan. Now, you gotta remember back in the day when Dr. Oz was touting this, one of them, he was like, he may have mentioned the word miracle. Careful, folks, don't say that shit. He may have said words such as that. Turns out the study he was referencing got retracted. There's been a lot of studies getting retracted since the last year or so, 2020, 2021. The Lancet, yeah. Anyway, way back then, this study was touting crazy fat burning potential. It got retracted. It was a garbage study. But that doesn't mean green coffee bean extract is a garbage ingredient. To me, it's not as much of a fat burner. Weight loss, yeah, maybe just a little bit. I'm not gonna make any claims. But for me, it's about the cardioprotective effects. And there's tons and tons of studies showing that coffee drinkers, especially black coffee drinkers, have far better outcomes in general in life than non-coffee drinkers. Now, is that because they're drinking coffee instead of soda or orange juice? Maybe, but I think there's also extra stuff in the coffee beans. And one of the main compounds is chlorogenic acid. And that is extremely cardioprotective. So if you're taking stuff like this, you can tell we're getting going in this supplement. If you're taking something like that, it's good to have some cardioprotective stuff, and it's got some name recognition. If someone sees green coffee bean extract or just green coffee extract, they might be like, oh, hey, that's one ingredient I recognize here amongst this list of crazy stuff. So I think that's about it. I'm not done working yet, but as you can see, it's been a while since I've taken the N-phenylethyl dimethylamine citrate. I've never combined it with halostacine, never combined it with MitoBurn. I'm having a great time here. I am a huge fan of this supplement, and overall, the flavor is phenomenal. So definitely price ball approved upon the first use. It was sent for free. That shirt was sent for free, and I'm no way I was gonna work out of that shirt. I wear that shirt out. That's a going out shirt. So pick that one up from MericaLabz.com. I think we have a price ball coupon code. We're not getting affiliate commissions on it. After making this big video, I should. Even though NNB sponsored this video, because I love MitoBurn. Man, greatest ingredient of 2020 in my opinion. So the last question, I think, and the last question we could talk about is really, I was thinking about this. Would I recommend Superhuman Burn or Napalm Red, White, and Boom? And I think the answer is pretty simple. If you like Grains of Paradise, you like something spicy, Superhuman Burn is gonna be a little bit more fun. But if you don't like the spicy and you want a little bit more mood enhancement, euphoria, and you want to go slightly more experimental with the sweat from the Pro GBB, if you want to go slightly more experimental with the halostacine, then Superhuman Burn. And if you want to go slightly more experimental with the PEA that's in Napalm Red, White, and Boom, you're going to go with this guy. This is, I would say, more of a body recomposition because of cocoa-butyl, and more of a mood enhancer than Superhuman Burn, whereas Superhuman Burn might have a little bit more research-backed fat burning potential due to using Grains of Paradise extract and synephrine. So honestly, I love these kind of products. So like the Superhuman Burn was my favorite product of last year. This could possibly be my favorite product of this year. It's only February 2nd. So I'm really excited about this. This video's gone crazy long. I'll tell you what. Let's do a contest. If anyone's out there listening, does anyone know what music I was listening to in these videos? If Brad doesn't clip them out. If you can name that, I'm gonna buy you a tub of this from my pocket. This stuff's awesome. So when you're price law approved, check out pricelaw.com/Merica-Labz. We'll see how long this video is, if you're still here, and if I'm allowed to post a video this long to Instagram. See you later.
Welcome to Price Plow.